been trying to do this for a minute now.
We've been having the time of our lives starting today's episode.
Oh, Jesus.
Welcome back to your favorite crypto podcast.
Sometimes Crypto.
The Unscripted Crypto Podcast.
Ayo.
2023 is going to be a wild one, boys and girls, listeners.
Yeah.
yeah.
You see, my brain went to make some funny jokes. And I didn't want to shoot those shots right now. There's been plenty of shooting already. I don't want to shoot no more.
Plenty of shooting. None of them's gonna make it on air because we had to delete all of our past audio clips for today's recording.
What? You already deleted them all?
Well, half of them weren't being recorded.
This is okay. You're right. All right.
Half of them weren't being recorded in the first place. But we're here on today's episode. Today's episode will be the first episode
of the year.
Correct, Mundo.
So
how exciting!
Everyone, congratulations to making it another year,
or making it
to living in a recession.
Mm-hmm.
Living in continuing a recession.
Yeah, the transitory inflation.
I still think it's transitory.
We're starting the year with jokes.
Listen. The argument for not transitory inflation is the fact of it's not coming down, or it didn't come down naturally. I will say it's all because these people keep on printing money.
They keep on printing. The printers go burr.
The printers have not stopped. They just printed another $1.7 trillion.
Just not too long ago.
We talked about it on one of the prior pods. However, it was just a bill, not passed.
Mm-hmm.
They passed it the very next day.
Yeah. The very next day?
Yep.
After we listened? After we recorded the pod or after we posted it?
No, I don't.
One of the two.
I don't know.
That's a 3-day gap. That's a 3-day gap.
There's a gap there. I don't know at what time. I don't know.
But yeah, they did pass that bill. Ukraine got what, $46 billion?
They got $46 billion.
Million, trillion, billion.
Summing up the grand total to $110 billion.
Of how much they've been given.
How much we've given.
Yeah. Right, yes. The United States.
Yeah, just not everyone else who's been giving. I'm sure there are plenty that don't equal nowhere near for $110 billion, I'm sure of. But yeah. They've also, sure.
110?
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's all like
BlackRock's already saying, we'll work something out for investments and stuff, with Zelensky. Y'all do you.
They're trying to recapture that money.
I don't know nothing.
They're trying to recapture it.
I don't know nothing. I'm not a war expert, political expert.
A war expert, political expert.
I ain't that guy. I barely know how to read sometimes.
I barely know what's going on.
Nah, I know what's going on.
Nah.
Not the point, but should be a good year.
Should be a good year. At least after the hecticness that we saw last year, I feel like people are starting to wake up and screwing their heads onto their shoulders again. And we're gonna see some things get going. What's gonna get going? I don't know, but I do know one thing that will get going will be Sometimes Crypto. We're gonna be ramping stuff up. We're gonna be providing better content for you guys. At least that's the goal.
Why are you talking like that
today? I don't know.
You realize it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I started saying, I was like, where's this voice coming from?
Okay. I'm glad you realized that you went a little off the rails. Alex came back from a long trip apparently, and he doesn't know how to act.
Nah.
He came back like, I am
just I don't know. I'm refiguring it out.
Alex is relearning how to do podcasts for 2023.
I've been doing a lot of driving this past week. It's a lot of driving. Chauffeur number one.
Why does that affect your...
I don't know. I think to fill in the void of the silence while I was driving, just having a lot of inner monologue, and it was just different monologue.
Alex in the time gone grew 4 personalities within himself.
Yeah.
So you might hear multiple Alexes start to talk.
I have borderline personality disorder now.
Boy's making me nervous. That's funny.
Well, how are we going to start off the year, William?
With a Sometimes Crypto happy hour.
Sometimes Crypto happy hour.
We have another one, which for many who listen, you may not be able to make it, but there is another one. It's posted. It's live.
It's on Eventbrite.
It's on
Got some
Eventbrite.
post up.
The links will be posted everywhere.
It's left and right.
Left and right. We'll get better. There will be
When's the date, William?
November 9th. That's the next Monday. Oh, I didn't say next.
November 9th, next Monday.
November 9th. November 9th.
January 9th.
January 9th is
January
the next one.
9th. Next Monday.
Which, with that being said, there will be one every month. Ideally,
Second Monday
of every month.
of every month.
There will be one.
Correctamundo.
I'm excited for February. So.
February. That's going to be a good one.
Oh, we already looked at the date, guys, because, we have to plan for that. It's the day before Valentine's Day.
February 13th.
It's an interesting one.
Yeah. Maybe we do like a crypto matchmaking speed dating type thing. What's your favorite crypto?
If anything, you're going to be matchmaking people with crypto.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh, I thought you meant, okay. That makes sense then. We can work with that. We can get that going.
That's what I meant. Like, oh, what are you interested in? What type of tech do you like?
And then you match
And
them
then you
with
match them.
other
Oh,
crypto.
yeah.
Okay, that works.
That was on the spot, by the way.
That was I'll give you that. Not your worst idea.
Yeah, that's the alpha brain kicking in.
That's the alpha brain kicking in.
Oh,
No.
man. Yeah, that was funny. That's funny, yeah. Every second Monday of the month, we plan on having an event at the Bandit. Getting crypto going. Laser eyeing. Crypto. Web3.
Yeah. Hopefully just moving forward. You're okay.
I'm just shaking my back.
I can't wait until there's video of this so you can see Alex just do stupid shit. Like, everyone will start to understand what I mean when I say he just does random. He just started to dance. He just threw a dance right quick in his chair while he's talking.
A little shimmy.
He was doing a yimmy ya.
What?
Yimmy ya. I don't know.
A little shimmy. I just said what I was doing with him. A shimmy.
Oh, is that what you say?
Yeah.
My bad. I didn't listen.
You also see the excessive amount of water that I drink and the bottle that I contain it in.
Yeah, we're going to get you a cup. That will not look good on camera.
No good.
Aesthetically?
Pleasing.
No.
A big ass block of water.
Yeah. You should just do a bottle.
Yeah. Yeah. So we do plan on getting video in here soon.
Very. Segments will be made as well from these long form.
Yes, we're excited for the video stuff. That's something that we were trying to get going. Create some clips and reels.
That's the same thing.
Clips and reels are not the same thing. We talked about this.
I know.
Clips? 15-minute clips.
Clips are not 15 minutes.
5.
Segments are 15 minutes. We went over this. Clips and reels are the same thing.
Okay. I'll adjust my vocabulary to fit yours.
No, it's not to fit mine. It's not to fit mine. It's to fit the norm. You say a clip, and a clip is the same thing as a reel. You know what? I'm talking out of my butt. I'm gonna Google that. I am not doing this argument.
Vocabulary is simply how people communicate with each other. If your word for clip is equivalent to reel, I'll adjust mine. Create some segments. Oh wow!
What?
I had like a little nose thing going on. Couldn't breathe for a second. I was like, well, we're going to get some equipment set up relatively soon, hopefully sooner rather than later. Start getting that posted left and right because we love to post stuff that you guys can consume and learn from. Did you find anything?
Your internet's not working.
What? What do you mean my internet's not working?
Your Wi-Fi for where we are did not work.
It's working just fine, dog.
Well, I literally just tried to load and it was not loading.
It's not working for you. You know what? I think the internet's just trying to spare you the whole thing of being wrong in the vocabulary. In the vocabulary. All right. Well, besides the Sometimes Crypto Happy Hour that we'll be hosting every second Monday of the month, we will be publishing our website relatively soon also. On that website we'll be having like a stream of our content and just an aggregation of like different things that we'll be doing. It'll be like a good like hub for all the stuff. Sometimes crypto, Aggie and Griot stuff, like things that we do. Right, William?
What?
The website, like a hub for stuff that we do, like crypto.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. That'll be done soon. You should be able, once we get some videos, you'll be able to see those videos there. Easy access. Yep. What's up, William?
I'm looking for what I want to look for.
Oh, I see. On that note, I got some good news today. Completely slipped my mind. Today marks the 14th anniversary of Bitcoin.
I think they're the same thing.
Okay. He couldn't find it.
No, I just think
He couldn't find it. He's just gonna.
No, I think I don't.
That's fine.
I think it says the same thing.
Wait a minute, it's fine. It's just vocabulary. Let me get back to it though. January 3rd, 2009, the first block was minted onto the Bitcoin blockchain, and well, the revolution began. How exciting! 14 years in the making. What do you think?
What?
No, what do you think? Are you excited?
Maybe.
Maybe.
We're gonna see, because things have changed, but nothing has changed. So it's a little like.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
we're in the growing pains.
Since then, yes, it's like Bitcoin is a prepubescent infant. What's it called? Currency that still has a lot of shit to go through, a lot of maturing to go through. But it's proving itself to be quite prestigious. It's being adopted by a bunch of businesses and, more importantly, countries. Cool stuff. We're also seeing more wallets, more than ever, having one full Bitcoin inside their addresses, which is good signs. And also, over 60% of Bitcoin that's in circulation hasn't moved in the past year. So trust is strong.
It's also not being used if that's the case.
People don't want to spend it. It's like dollars when they raise interest rates. You don't want to spend your money. No,
well, you do want to. You do want to spend it. You just everything else just doesn't make sense to spend it.
Yeah. If 60% of the people are saving, then they believe that the value of long term go up.
Yeah, but the value can only go up if it's people are willing to pay more for it to be used. If there is no use and we just believe it's a store of value, then it'll never be used.
The people that are using it are using the 40% that's in that's not being held without being moved. So like we're seeing more movement within that 40% of circulating Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
Just not that 60%. That 60% is staying held, like saved.
Yeah, that means that only 40% is moving, is being used.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, like, okay, so I guess like in other words, like people tend to see the economy as stronger, or this might be a good question. Do people tend to see the economy as stronger when people are saving more money?
It depends on what people are looking at for the metric.
What do you mean?
You're that isn't the like when people look at the U.S. economy, you're not looking at one metric to say is the U.S. economy strong or not strong.
Mm-hmm. So savings would not be.
It's part of it, but it's not the only thing.
Okay, I see.
So, like for an example, you would say currently savings are down. Currently, with the current job report that they're giving, we're only at 3%, but savings are down. Is the market doing bad or good? Just with those two pieces of information, you can't determine.
Yeah, I see. So let's say overall spending goes down, right? That doesn't. I don't know. I guess there's just a lot of things that go into like determining the economy is good.
Yeah,
it's just a very complex problem. It's not.
Well, it's not a problem. Is that you have to. There's too many things that you're looking at to determine that. Because then it's like, oh, what's good? What market is doing bad then? But what market is doing good?
I see.
Because if you look at the housing market is currently on a downturn, but the Florida market is not. The Florida market has continued to increase in value.
Yeah.
For the most part, in most areas.
Yeah, Florida real estate is still.
Same goes for the majority of Texas and New York and all these bigger states because there's people still want to be there. So the housing market is down, but specific markets are not.
Are not. I see. Yep. Well, how about the one Bitcoin being held in more wallets than before?
I guess it's just that we're currently at a point where the technology is not being utilized to its fullest. It's more so we're looking at it. Bitcoin in specific is being looked at as gold, and it's being looked at as it's going to do this. So it's really shifted from world reserve currency and every other thing we used to look at, which is not a bad thing. It just makes it that has one use now, a store of value. That's all it's doing.
I think we're getting close to the one. Yeah, we're getting pretty close to the one million wallet threshold to be holding one full Bitcoin. So we're at.
So that's an average, I'm assuming.
No. We're close to we're just close to the. I don't see an exact number. I'm looking at a chart, and it doesn't give me a specific number. It looks like we're close to. Oh yeah, there is a number. 978,530 Bitcoin addresses with over one Bitcoin in them.
That's such a skewed number.
What do you mean skewed? Skewed how?
Skewed in the sense of right now, FTX held multiple Bitcoins.
Okay.
They're on more than one wallet.
They're on more than one wallet?
For sure.
Okay, but how many is that? 5?
What?
5 wallets? How many wallets do you think FTX held? 25?
I'll give you a proposal question. If they had 1,000 Bitcoins or more, because I'm assuming that's going to be one of the assets they probably held the most of, would you hold it on 25 wallets? Or would you separate that?
No. I feel like 25 wallets would probably be more than enough.
For 1,000 Bitcoin?
Probably, yeah.
Would you just for the 1,000, or would there be more assets in those 1,000?
What do you mean?
We're also saying, I'm only saying this. I'm saying big institutions probably hold a lot of Bitcoin, and there's no way they're going to hold it all in one wallet.
Not in one wallet, but I wouldn't say that they'd hold it in a bunch of wallets either. Like 1,000 Bitcoin, would it make sense for them to hold in 500 wallets, 2 Bitcoin per wallet?
Maybe not at that number, but you're looking at 1,000. I also gave a smaller number.
That is smaller because Michael Saylor has
215,000.
Yeah.
You think he's gonna hold that in
25 wallets?
You think he's gonna hold that in 25 wallets?
That's a good question. Honestly, I don't know. I really don't know. At some point, I think it doesn't make sense to have too many wallets. Like 10 wallets for me.
It depends because these are businesses.
Yeah, they got hella money to spend on securing it, but so I don't know. Maybe 25 might be a good number for 250,000 Bitcoin.
That's almost 1,000 Bitcoin per wallet.
Yeah.
Can a wallet store that much? I don't know.
There's no limit.
There's a limit. The wallet has a certain amount of space, doesn't it?
No, there's no limit on how much Bitcoin a wallet can hold.
Isn't there a limit on how much space it has?
No. So what you're thinking about is a physical wallet and the application for it to connect to the blockchain. But the blockchain, okay, so that physical wallet needs space, memory for storage of that application to connect to the blockchain. But that doesn't actually store the Bitcoin on the
actual thing. It just stores the cryptographic information.
It just all it stores there is the private key.
Yeah, the cryptographic information to open it.
Yeah, the private key to send stuff out.
Yeah.
The wallet where you store your Bitcoin is just a string that is just we're sending 1 Bitcoin to this string, 2 Bitcoins to this string. So then just the chain knows, there has been sent
2 Bitcoin from this string.
Yeah, 3 Bitcoin total to this string.
Gotcha.
So there is no there's no
nothing being stored on the actual wallet itself.
The only thing being stored on the hard wallet is the seed phrase.
Yeah,
that's the only thing being stored on a hard wallet.
Gotcha.
Physical Bitcoin, Bitcoin. I say physical, but it's not really physical, obviously. Bitcoin as a whole will only be stored on the chain.
Yeah.
And it's all just transactions. It's just Bitcoin's being sent over here, it's being sent over there. So this person's receiving it, that person's receiving it. and it's just just a booklet of receipts, just saying this was sent here, this was sent there.
Yeah, but the thing is, the booklet is keeping track.
You could send, in theory, all 21 million Bitcoin can live on one wallet address.
Yeah, but the ledger would have to read within the code that all 21 have been sent in individual increments to this one wallet. If it's not sent on,
well, it would have to be in individual increments because of like the minting process and like how Bitcoin's mined.
Yeah, no matter what. No, I'm saying if all the Bitcoin's all minted out and it's moved all to one wallet, everyone sends it to one area.
Yeah.
That transaction written out would just be registered that all those transactions are going into that one wallet.
Correct. Those would be different transactions going into that one wallet.
Yeah.
Now, from that point, once that one wallet receives all the Bitcoin that it could possibly have, all the Bitcoin on the network, it could send 21 million Bitcoin to the next wallet.
The next wallet, yeah. And just say it moved 21 million Bitcoin.
Yeah, there will be a transaction fee, though. And that small bit will go into whoever mined that transaction.
That big bit.
Small bit.
Not small. Because I'm assuming it's going to switch over from proof of work to a proof of network fee. And that fee is going to be a small percentage. But a percentage of 21 million is a bigger number than when you look at small.
Well, okay, so I think...
Unless it's a flat rate.
No.
Which then that changes things.
It would still be proof of work. However, since transactions are not being done consistently, the work needed would be small until that transaction takes place. At which point, all the miners, they're constantly looking for a transaction to fill out.
Yeah, it's raising for the first one.
Yeah, so it might just be pretty expensive just because like everyone's trying to move all that.
Yeah, it has to be because it's from the one. It's going to be percentage based off.
Yeah.
It's going to be a rate. But back to what we were talking about. The original question, what you said there's going to be... We're having
close.
one Bitcoin, one full Bitcoin in a million wallets.
In a million different wallets. There's 21 million Bitcoin.
Yeah, but we already lost like...
4 million.
Yeah.
Close to.
We're close to 5 at this point.
I'm not sure how much exactly, but last time I checked, it was like close to 4. And even then, I don't even know that's fully accurate. But yeah.
Well, no, it is. It is actually. I have that number.
So 978,530 Bitcoin addresses have more than one Bitcoin in them.
Reread that to me.
978,530 Bitcoin addresses have more than one Bitcoin in them.
So a million wallets have more than one Bitcoin.
Yes. Obviously, this number includes Michael Saylor, FTX, Coinbase, Binance, all this stuff.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, there's not even a million people who have one Bitcoin inside their wallet.
One full Bitcoin.
One full Bitcoin.
Yes.
There's not even one. Yeah, that's wild. Well, part of that's also because like Coinbase holds a bunch of Bitcoin for a bunch of people that might actually have one Bitcoin in them. Like if all these people start withdrawing, that number might shoot up.
I don't know if it would.
Very likely, of course it would.
Okay, so we're looking at like it would shoot up the number itself because it would be more people that are individually holding one Bitcoin in that sense. Mm-hmm. Correct. But it's also the sheer amount of Bitcoin that has just been lost. I think there's more empty accounts than accounts with them.
More empty accounts than accounts.
Then empty account has loss of access. Like how much? I don't know. I see the number. I just think it's an irrelevant number.
How is that irrelevant?
I'm not saying I have an argument to stand on. I'm saying the number to me, you're just saying there's a million people who have over one. Or less than a million who have
there's
over
less
one.
than, yes, correct.
Correct.
In their wallet.
Yeah.
Just a measure. It's just a measure. It just shows that because that number has been increasing. Like obviously, like what's it called? Let's look at a year. 2020. Let's see if we can find this date. January 6th, 2020, there were 782,000 people. So in the last like 20 years, in the last 2 years, that's almost like 200,000 people who got one Bitcoin in their wallet.
I'm gonna take it back. I actually think the majority are institutions.
The vast majority of these people are institutions.
Yeah. Because doing just simple math, if Michael Saylor has 250 215,000 Bitcoin. Even if you try to store that on one Bitcoin, that's just not safe.
On one wallet.
On one
Okay,
wallet.
yeah, so it's correct. Storing it on one wallet is not safe.
Even at the amount of 215,000, you do 20 wallets. That's still 1,000 per wallet. That's still not smart. Because if any of those wallets get compromised, hacked, broken, I mean physically taken, or whatever, there's a way to get it.
But okay, here's the thing: when you have more wallets that you need to protect, like it's like this question is like,
Alex, you're right. But when you have 200,000 worth of an asset, it's a person who has $200 million. They don't have one bank account.
okay, correct. So 200,000, right?
Yeah.
Divided into 1,000.
Maybe not 1,000, but maybe
That's 200.
But yeah, and they're barely a million. Michael Saylor would be 2% of that number,
Yeah, that makes sense.
and that's assuming he's breaking it down to 1,000 wallets, which he probably wouldn't.
That doesn't sound like it makes sense.
Yeah, but that's again.
To-
You say it doesn't make sense, but if you look at the prices, current price, if he has 200,000 times 16,000, the current price, how much money is that?
You know, this is a great question. If I see Michael Saylor in person,
I don't know if you're gonna know. Trust me, none of that information is gonna get anywhere response.
do you think anyone's ever asked him? Because I've never seen anyone ask him like in an interview or anything like that.
How much? What?
How many Bitcoin wallets do you have?
So he wouldn't have it. MicroStrategies would.
Yeah,
have
how
it.
many Bitcoin wallets does MicroStrategy have? Or promedio?
I don't know.
Like an estimate, give or take.
Okay, so I'm saying the number isn't one person having one Bitcoin is not shocking just because so many people own the vast majority. The sense of institutions are the one holding the vast majority of it.
I understand that.
Maybe we're ready.
I understand that, William. But like my argument to that is, how many wallets can those institutions manage? So like Coinbase, I think probably has, to give a number, 5 cold storage wallets that whitelist 6 to 12 other wallets that they do transactions with. I don't think that they have more than that for Bitcoin. And then they have one team dedicated to securing their Bitcoin wallets.
Now it's just looking into how exchanges will run that. I see what you're saying. I'm not saying it's not a small number. I'm saying I have to say it's a small. I look at it as a small number.
I would love to interview someone who works in an exchange.
We could do that. That's not possible.
Let's just see what type of structure, like.
I want you to know we've gone on a 30-minute tangent. Not really 30 minutes on this topic, which I think I bored out a while ago for the listeners.
No, this is a good conversation. I think this is like we weren't expecting to have this whole tangent.
A million people with a million Bitcoin. Yeah, it's a good amount of Bitcoin. I see the number going up.
Yeah, like people start pulling out their Bitcoin from exchanges, that number would go up. Like there's no doubt.
Oh, mandatory. No, mandatory. Has to
go up. Like
mandatory.
shoot up.
Mandatory has to.
That's what I am trying to say. Like they can only have so many wallets.
No, that's 1,000% sure.
Because if MicroStrategy had 200 wallets, that's 2%. 200 wallets, MicroStrategy. Yeah. That's a lot of wallets.
It's now when it's almost over $1 billion.
Wait a minute.
Alex, if you have over $1 billion, you're keeping it in one bank? You can't.
Maybe not in banks, but in hard assets. Like
hard assets are houses, buildings.
Yeah, like
land.
for example, the Apple headquarters. Isn't that worth like billions of dollars?
Alex, Apple has that in cash.
But in multiple banks.
Yeah.
Assets can like, I don't know, bro. Like
I understand what you're trying to say. You can just have the money in a different asset. I'm saying if you have cash, and you have $1 billion, that's most likely not going to be all in one bank.
That's unlikely to be all in one bank
because it just does not make sense. I'm playing the same scenario. I'm assuming
that's because banks could go bankrupt. The likelihood of that bank.
Yeah, you're also right about that. Banks can go bankrupt. They don't go bankrupt often, but yes, you're 100%. That I'm not going to argue. That's a fact.
That's a fact. Yeah.
Banks can go bankrupt, and the reason you do it is because you lose ability to gain access into the bank.
That's why they would have it in multiple banks.
That's 100%, honestly, a point that I wasn't even looking at. You're right about that.
When they have their own wallet, they have access to that wallet whenever. assuming that the procedures are done
So
correctly.
I also think they wouldn't want to keep it all in one wallet, or maybe want to keep it in multiple wallets in case the assets are stolen, or like
So yes,
trying
yes.
to-
So one thing I'm definitely not saying
is they have one wallet.
is that they have one.
No,
wallet.
I'm agreeing. Okay,
That's definitely something I'm not saying.
yeah, no, 1,000, because it doesn't make sense either.
That doesn't
it
make
also
sense.
doesn't make sense to have 1,000 wallets.
If someone like that tells me that they got everything, I slap them. I would slap them just just because I'm like, what? Why? Like, what's going on? At least two, dog.
That's funny. I just know. I feel like number is not impressive at all. Like I just feel like it's not important to me. That number is just insignificant.
It just yeah. I get what you mean. Like it's just
Again, that's just me being maybe not understanding what is the significance of that number, other than the adaptation. I guess is the way I would see it.
people are accumulating. People
Yeah,
are
but that's what people do.
So essentially, I brought it up because you said, if 60% of Bitcoin has been moved in the past year, that doesn't really show support in the ecosystem.
Yeah, I did say that. Okay, fair enough.
So, but there's more people getting more Bitcoin.
That shit doesn't show support in the ecosystem. That just means more people want to own that asset.
Correct, but that shows that there's strength, support.
I don't know if that should. I don't know if I would interpret that as support. I would interpret that as you want to own it. So I guess the distinction would be let me think. A weird one would be like
Fancy cars,
huh?
fancy cars, luxury cars.
Yeah. So you can have collectors of like high end cars who own beautiful cars, but they don't drive it just because they want to keep the
They just want the car.
yeah.
Just want to have it in the garage and
Correct.
make it look pretty whenever someone shows up. They're like, look at this
Oh,
car.
look at what I own. But in that same in that group, everyone who looks at it from the outside, people who do drive cars, look at it and be like, "What are you doing? This is meant to be driven. The use is for this. And we understand why you want to keep it like this, but you're not using it for what it was meant for. You're using it to hold its value. That's what I mean. Yes, we are accumulating more of the Bitcoin.
More people are accumulating Bitcoin.
Bitcoin, but if they're not using the asset in a network, which again, it makes 1,000% sense why people don't want to use it, because they see it going up in value, which negates it. What I'm just looking at is the same way people buy gold. You don't buy gold, you just want more of the gold. People buy stocks, same idea. You just use more of it, but you're not using it.
Yeah. So like, at least from what I've seen, the only thing I don't particularly like about Bitcoin is that it's not a cash flowing asset.
There is no way to make it cash flow.
There's no it's just a, you can't turn gold into something else unless you turn it into something else and sell it for a profit.
Yeah.
But you can't do that with Bitcoin.
Yeah.
That's the one like kind of gripe that I have with Bitcoin is like, you could accept it as payment, which I'll do gladly any day, and I'll hold as a store of value. But I can't turn it into an asset. I can't have Bitcoin as an asset that produces value.
You can't have Bitcoin itself generate value.
Yeah, like I can't
generate
like I can't stake
revenue.
Bitcoin.
Huh?
I can't stake Bitcoin. It's not a thing.
No. But I guess okay, so I guess this would be like more towards like what the future of crypto will be like, at least then, is as of right now, markets are tanking. Solana hit the shits. I haven't looked into it, so I can't say why. I just assume it's equated to FTX prices going down, and it's probably some mishap they had. I haven't looked into it, no idea.
It bounced back to double digits.
It's at $12 from when I saw it today. I saw it today at $12.
Yeah. It went, lowest was 8, was it?
I think so.
Something like that.
It got scary.
Yeah, it's super low.
But if people, like, if you look at ETH, people only use ETH because you can build on top of ETH. We like Bitcoin because you can store. Bitcoin's just number one, most secure XYZ. But there's no use for Bitcoin. There is a use case for ETH.
Yeah, ETH is like a programmable computer.
Yeah.
Bitcoin just transactions, secure, honest transactions.
And we're not using it for secured honest transactions.
I mean,
yeah,
we are, but it's very minimal. Yeah,
yeah. We're trying to use it as the least amount as we can.
I mean, there are people working on the Lightning Network, which is meant to support the heavy transaction.
Yeah.
But that's still, I mean, it's making progress, but it's still pretty early on.
So I guess I think what people want to see in 2023 moving forward, I think with crypto would be more innovation, like actually using it as much as you can. Like start implementing it, I guess.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's what I think it should be going towards. Like we should be creating tools that will make the stuff, the tech more worthwhile. All right, so here's a thought. Because at this point I don't know if I said this on one of the last recordings, but Bitcoin happy hour, sometimes crypto happy hour.
I think we said that in this recording.
You think so? All right, sometimes crypto happy hour. Yeah, maybe.
Oh,
February.
Why? No, we didn't say that.
No.
Not now. We're going to. No, we didn't talk about that.
No. Okay.
He liked this idea.
Yeah. So sometimes crypto happy hour is a monthly event that we're going to be hosting every second Monday of the month.
At the Bend.
At the Bend, correct. From 6 to 8 p.m.
Correct.
Next month.
It's February.
It's February. The second Monday lands on February 13th, the day before Valentine's Day. Now, the reason why I bring this up is because I said, we were talking about like, oh, it's Valentine's Day, it's going to be fun, exciting. And I go, we should do like a crypto matchmaking happy hour. And then, the idea was essentially to have people talk about like what type, or like if you're interested in crypto but you don't know what you're interested in specifically, or what crypto you like, just figure out what type of stuff you want to see from the technology, and we'll find the right pairing for you. We'll be like, yo, this is the crypto you might be into. If you want smart contracts, it's ETH. If you want security, it's Bitcoin. If you want to store files on distributed network, it's Filecoin. Or if you want privacy while you're searching the web, Orchid. So stuff like that. And I think that'll be a fun thing to do for next sometimes crypto happy hour. See what people see what you want from a crypto based network,
and see what
and like get matched up to it, so you could be in the know.
Find out what crypto
in the know of the crypto for like what you're doing, so that you can become like aware of like, oh wow, there's actually stuff that's relevant to what you find relevant.
Yeah, I think that's all. That's just the entire ecosystem. That's what it should be.
That's where it should be making its moves towards. Because I feel like before it was just like adoption, but like adoption of like the root tech. I kind of agree with you. But I feel like businesses and like use cases need to like really like ramp it up now.
So is it us users who have to ramp it up, or is it adoption, or do you
it's a little bit of both?
Businesses have to be willing to adopt that.
Okay, so it's a little bit of like a merge of like of three things. It is businesses, clients, and developers.
I think there's a fourth thing.
What?
Developing things that businesses would need, or things businesses that would want to implement. Because like as of right now, I don't think there's any the software development, crypto, whatever, that's specifically like, oh, we're trying to develop these specific things for these specific industries, or at least not big ones. Like,
well, there are. I mean, like there are like there's we just talked about one the other day that's working on insurance and legal framework using AI. I just mentioned one that's called Orchid for privacy, like on the internet privacy, web browsing.
Okay, so I meant more so for actual like businesses. So like there isn't, okay, so that's a specific project that is working to do that thing, right? But I don't see them partnering up with companies that are insurance agencies, asking them, oh, how can we do this? And how can we make it work? Because it's great. I'm not disagreeing with you.
Like how, kind of like how Gary is creating VFriends and trying to turn it into like an animation company.
Or he's doing animation out of it, and he wants this thing to come out of it. Like he's building towards that. Versus that's specifically NFT. But projects, crypto projects, they don't, I think, go with the company who's already doing it to help it like go forward.
Like payment processors.
Yeah, they're trying to figure it out on their own. When they, I think the better teamwork is
work with someone who
does it, and how can you improve it? because if you already don't know what's wrong with it, or
if you
there's no way to improve.
if you don't
know
got
what
the
to
experts
improve.
on the inside, then you can't find it somewhere else.
Which I'm sure it's not for all.
No, of
projects.
course not.
Better yet, the projects that blow up are not those projects. Are the projects who are more so that hit a niche in that specific type, which is kind of why everyone says NFTs. 99% of them are going to go to zero. Like right now, 90% of all NFT transactions are down.
Yeah, it's like the
They're not moving.
It's like the .com bubble.
Same as going for crypto.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think there was enough. Maybe not utility, but immediate utility based.
Yeah, so for crypto, there's definitely enough right now to maintain support.
Yeah,
but nothing to like make it boom. Like we gotta build. We gotta build in the bear market.
I don't think it's just build. I think it's build things that can currently be used and impact.
Yeah, it's not just blindly building something either. You gotta find something with like use case, something that whenever it launches, it will pick up and like get momentum and get moving.
Yeah, and then understand that it's not perfect, but this is what's the motion is. What's
like,
trying to be done.
I think Telegram's trying to work on something on their own crypto based network. Telegram. What they're trying to do, I don't know. Reddit also does stuff. These are very niche also. But still.
Stuff.
And every day I'm getting new notifications saying, oh, this person joined Telegram, this person joined Telegram. So they are growing businesses also.
Oh, yeah, but that's like users joining Telegram. Yeah, that are on your contacts.
That's what they need, yeah. Telegram as a business needs users. And if Telegram chooses to implement crypto into their business, then those users will just automatically like be onboarded via their platform.
Oh, yeah, I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm just saying like Telegram tells you because those are your contacts.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, they tell me that because it's my contact. Yeah, I don't know how many users Telegram gets per day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just giving you my like anecdotal information.
What?
I mentioned that today's Bitcoin's birthday, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Yes.
I was like, we talked about this. We were having a whole conversation.
We've done 4 of these podcasts at this point today, and we had to scrap all the other ones, so we don't know what's been said. So like if this one's a little bit like off, it's literally there was more structure to this episode, and we just got stuck on one tangent.
Yeah, there was actually like it's so much unorganization. Those first 2, 3 were just like going left and right and in circles and then loop-de-loops.
Yeah. Not any better.
Yeah, but this one's got some like structures, like
maybe a little more.
A little bit more. It's actually quite interesting. We didn't say Happy New Year's to the listeners.
No.
Happy New Year's, guys.
Happy New Year's. We're sacks of crap. Have you realized?
We just like getting straight to the good stuff.
Especially when we start over 4 times.
The information. Yeah, true. Starting over 4 times, we're like, okay, let's get our head in the game.
Let's just start saying something. Hopefully it sticks.
Hopefully this time it sticks. But yeah, Happy New Year's. We hope 2023 is very good for you guys.
And don't hope markets are going to go up.
Don't hope it. Yeah, no. Work.
Not financial advice, but like some financial advice. It's not going to go up most likely.
No, just work under stressful situations, so that whenever the situation becomes unstressful, like you could do it again when it gets stressful.
What did my buddy Warren say? When there's blood in the streets. Nah, it's when
Yeah, I just don't know what he said after that. He says, "Be fearful when people
be fearful when people are
greedy.
And be greedy when people are fearful."
Yeah,
that's what he said.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when there's blood on the streets.
When there's blood in the streets,
it's time to accumulate.
Just buy it all up.
Yeah, when people are talking shit about Bitcoin, when the fear index is high.
So you see, that's kind of the point we're at right now. Which predictions for this year in prices is it's all going to either go down or stay the same.
Well,
there's no up here.
The U.S. just printed $1.4 billion.
What?
The U.S. just printed $1.4 trillion.
1.7 trillion.
1.7 trillion.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Wouldn't that be a bullish indicator for markets?
No, because it didn't go to the U.S.
No, it didn't go to the U.S. No, not my bad. Crypto markets.
What?
Wouldn't it be a bullish indicator for crypto markets?
That crypto should stay bearish?
No, bullish.
No.
Because there's more dollars in circulation. At least Bitcoin to the price of U.S. dollars, wouldn't that be bullish?
No.
For Bitcoin?
Not right now.
No?
Because everything's treated. So you're right. If there was no raising rates and that money was coming to us, because it would make it so that people are going to be buying more. But the money that was printed isn't going to the individuals. It's going to either countries or agencies.
So I have a question. Do you know what Ukraine's spending that money on? Because if my history serves me right,
You want to get into it?
A little bit.
We can get into it. If you're trying to get into it, we can get into
A little bit. I really don't know what Ukraine's spending their money on. But
no one knows.
If my history serves me right, I believe America is one of the world's largest arms dealers. And if Ukraine's in the middle of a war and we're just printing out money for them, wouldn't they just be buying guns from us?
No, we're just giving them the guns too.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, well, we just give them the money so that we could give them the guns. It's like one step. It's like one step in between.
You're right, but we're not even doing that.
We're just also giving them guns
and money
and soldiers.
No
soldiers.
From what I know, we're not doing any troops, no nothing, but we are providing them fiscal aid, and we're providing them weapons and everything to continue the fight.
By the way, just to keep things crystal clear with the listeners, we hope the war in Ukraine does not last long, like at all. We want that to be over.
The fact that it started back in March
last year.
It's about to be a year, and they're still going to be fighting over this guy who has no right to have invaded for during an age of really what's the point of invading?
It's been very political. And that's a problematic. Why do you do that? I don't know. Do you think he's gonna win it? I don't think so.
So the thing here is he has to have a way, whether people like to or not, he has to save face. Meaning we can't just win, because that doesn't solve the issue. We have to make it seem like there was an agreement that this was a mutual no, we're done type of situation. You can't strong arm him. You can't strong arm Putin to defeat. Because then if you do that, you just press the button. Putin presses the button.
Putin says, "Nah, fuck you."
Exactly. You don't want that, because they do have an ability to also press those buttons.
Yeah, I mean, would they do that for Ukraine? Yes, likely, because Ukraine is not very strong, army wise. And if
your issue was saying that they're going to go to Ukraine, they wouldn't go to Ukraine.
No. Oh, where would they go? To America?
To America. We're providing Ukraine the money. Mm-hmm. We're providing them the guns.
Do you think? Okay, so do you think any of those nukes would actually touch ground?
Yes.
Unlikely.
No. That's your mistake.
Unlikely. Do you know how much
Alex, do you know that they have supersonic nukes and we don't have supersonic counter weapons? Whether we think that or not, I don't know. I like going to sleep at night thinking we do got supersonic counter weapons too.
Well, we don't.
We don't know if we do or don't. Okay. I like going to sleep saying we do.
But we know for a fact that they have supersonic nukes.
We know we can say safely that they do have that, because every weapons expert
says that they got
that they got that.
They got the tech.
Every podcast with weapons experts that I've listened to is all saying they got that.
Supersonic nukes.
They got maybe not okay. So they wouldn't have supersonic big nukes. Mm-hmm. They would have supersonic tactical nukes, so they could hit very pinpoint spots very quickly.
Mm-hmm. Okay, U.S. bases.
Maybe. I would assume
the fact that it's supersonic is problematic. I was unaware of the supersonic aspect. That sounds fast.
So
I'm thinking U.S. anti-missile stuff would be lasers.
We got regs. We got regular ones. Oh, it's not lasers.
I would assume lasers.
It's not lasers. Fat missiles that hit that shit and just blow it up somewhere else.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure a laser could do that with him.
You assume we have lasers like that.
Yeah.
That's not what we have.
No.
We are also forgetting there hasn't been war like that. We don't know what we got and don't got.
No, we don't know what we got and don't got. I don't want to find out. I hope we don't have to find out.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to find out either.
Because I don't think anyone does.
No, man, it's not worth war. I don't understand why every country got
war at this point is so advanced that we will just destroy the earth.
Exactly.
We'll just destroy the earth.
Really mess things up. It's not necessary.
We might end life on this planet if we go to war.
No. Yes.
So hopefully we avoid that.
Look, I want no buttons pressed. I want no nukes nowhere. I don't want none of that. That's just dumb. Like,
save human lives. Save life.
What I would like, though, is not to send another $110 billion to a foreign nation or to any nation.
It's a foreign nation.
Yeah, they're all foreign, really.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Aren't they all foreign? Unless you're America?
If it's not, yeah, it's.
Aren't you all foreign?
Any are foreign. Unless it's Puerto Rico, maybe.
Yeah, because they part of us.
Yeah, but yeah. So foreign nation.
Right. I just don't want to give them no more money.
No more money.
110 billion.
It's a lot.
No, I'm not going to sit here and say that with those $110 billion being sent here would have fixed any issues either. I don't think they would have. I would have liked to keep it in-house, though, which I think a lot of people do.
Yeah, of course. Just, it's nice having it over here.
Yeah. So last crypto topic before we leave.
What's up?
SBF pled today not guilty to his criminal charges. Currently facing 115 years.
115 years?
Yeah. I rewrote this. We had to re-edit some information that was not 100%. That we said we would look into, that we would...
Post again?
No, that we would identify...
Recap?
None of those two words. Well, that we would recover, because I don't remember. Whatever. But if he posted...
What did he post?
His bail.
Oh, he posted bail. Yeah, I know he posted bail. Oh, and then on top of that, they're requesting that the two people who posted bail for him stay redacted.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So I think there's like two. I think it's two. It might be a third, but I think it's two people.
I mean...
Who they're like, that posted his bail. What was his amount? 25 million?
Yeah.
250 million?
So it's $250 million bail, which he only has to pay like 10% of that, which is 25 million.
He doesn't have that money.
He said he had 100,000.
Yeah. His parents don't got that money.
No, but they flew back first class.
I mean, I think what I saw was that their property was worth like $2 million.
That's fine. They don't have 25 million.
Exactly. So whoever posted that $25 million bail for him does not want public
Whatever that may be.
Yeah, but that hasn't been approved or denied yet. That's public. That's
what?
like. So that information will come out on January 5th, or the appeal to make the motion to make that
private. The final decision will come out that day.
January 5th. Yeah.
So whether if they did or didn't, we'll know that day.
Yeah, January 5th we'll know if they decide to make his bails people.
It should 1,000% not be covered up. Back to the thing I was saying was, it was said that FTX US was solvent early on, which
was it?
We don't know if it is or isn't.
Okay.
There is just like, we don't know. We assume no, because there's no reason. Like the funds could have been commingled. Like they could have. There was no true separation between FTX US and FTX International. Like separating assets. It was all in one. So there's most likely are missing assets, but it's not confirmed.
I see.
We don't know yet. But back to what I was going to say. This guy's pleading not guilty, right? Which is fine. I expect it.
Over 100 years.
Over 115 years. What I know is going to happen, it's going to go to trial, most likely be found guilty. However, I'm kind of frustrated the fact of his other co-founders of Alameda, CEO and some of the other guys. I think it was a COO or C something. It was another C-suite exec. They are both... they both pleaded guilty to their charges. However, they are not conspiring, working with the Fed and telling them, "Oh, Sam did do X, Y, and Z," whether they be lying or not. I think that's BS.
Why?
Because they're gonna get a shorter lifespan, a shorter sentence.
One of them's getting completely free.
Exactly. I think that's complete and utter cap. In this specific situation of FTX, there is no reason
for
anyone to be free here. Like there is zero.
They're all culpable.
What? One didn't do without the other. There's no way to prove. And this fact of, oh, we want to get the guy who was worse, or like the real head of it all. Like, no, this one is.
It's all of them.
It's all of them. There is no one here clean.
They're all criminals.
Unless there's one person who can literally say, "Oh, that was going on in this company." Oh, I hadn't. Like, if there's someone who can say, "I had truly no idea," fair.
But if you start pointing fingers,
if you're pointing
involved.
fingers, you're involved, and in this situation, you're all the same level, and no one here is completely well covered, anyways. There's no with a year of investigation, everyone here gets their 15. They're 115 years, no questions asked. I don't see what we're doing here. Giving deals left and right to get one guy who probably isn't the worst out of the bunch. I think they're all equal counterparts here.
Yeah.
He's just the CEO.
Very likely.
So, in my opinion, if he gets 115 years and the other two or more of the execs are able to get off, I don't think there's justice. You
don't see justice.
I don't.
It's not sufficient.
Not even not sufficient. It's
just not fair.
It's not. The game that was played.
There was a bad deal.
Yeah,
who approved of this?
Someone asked Trump who approved that deal. I'm not saying he does any better deals, but for the first time in forever, he might be right. This is a terrible deal.
I agree. Yeah, no, these people are gonna get little to no time.
Or off in some cases, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the CEO of Alameda, the girl, I always forget her name.
Alice or something.
She from what I saw is that she's getting it completely off.
She's getting it off?
Yeah.
Oh, that's when I rewrote.
She also started singing like a canary, apparently.
I said that.
Oh, I don't know.
Why are you reading my tweet?
Is that what you said?
I literally said that she's singing like a canary in my tweet.
Oh, yeah?
Shit went off.
I mean, that's a common saying.
Shit got popping.
That's a common saying.
That's we popped off.
Imagine her. I saw another tweet saying, imagine she could handle the pressure.
Right? No, but that's one I saw before you telling me all this was that she also has 115 years, X amount of wire fraud.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know. There is no reason why anyone here should get any sort of deal. This isn't a criminal. It is a criminal case, but it's not a violent case. There's no murders here. There's no guy who has more kills than the other. This is equally blood on everyone's hands.
Do we know when those assets go on auction?
Not yet. Not even. No. For a minute.
Okay.
Coin.
All I know is going to be a shopping spree for a lot of people.
Voyager just bought. Voyager Digital just got bought by Binance for their assets, and what's his face? Celsius is still in that process. They just are handing out now what assets are whose. They're confirming that. It should be done by now, actually.
Yeah,
that process.
It should be coming up. If it's not done yet, it should be coming up in the next couple of days, where the deadline's due.
Yeah, which I think it's today. Almost. Yeah,
I think it might be today.
I think today was the last day because I already did mine.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, no justice if any of them get off. It's all of them. I do not want to see Sam behind prison any more than I don't want to get him in.
Yeah, I don't. There's no
I have no justice just putting him in and getting the rest out. There is nothing there for me.
It's not.
You didn't get the main. Just because you got the main guy doesn't mean you got the guy who handled it all.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's wrap up and close off, right? Yeah.
Yeah, we could start wrapping up. Today has been the first episode of 2023.
Next episode should be fun.
Expect at least 51 more of these. The next episode should be fun.
Should be fun.
Next episode should be a lot of fun, actually. It's a topic we haven't covered yet.
Not directly, at least.
Not directly. We probably mentioned it a couple times.
We've said it.
You all know it. You all know it for sure.
Yeah, everyone knows about it. We just haven't covered it. But I think...
follow our Instagram.
Follow our Instagram.
Sometimes Crypto. And our Twitter. SC_EGS.
Links are always all in the bio of everything. And if they're not, you let me know. I'll get it there.
Subscribe to YouTube.
YouTube this year will become interesting. We're going to be on there real soon.
We're going to be posting. We're going to dedicate a lot of time and energy to YouTube and streaming.
What?
Like streaming content. Not live. Just...
I think streaming means streaming. It's a streaming provider. I guess you're right. Yeah. Yeah. No, you're right. No.
Well, thank you for tuning in.
It's been another week of your favorite crypto podcast.
Sometimes Crypto.
Oh, now he's singing.
The Unscripted Crypto Podcast.